again, rail fans, and welcome back to another video. Today's date is May 31st, 2022, and we are located in Fostoria, Ohio at the famous Iron Triangle Rail Park. In addition to us, COMRC member and avid YouTuber Trilight Productions also tags along with us for the trip. The particular reason why we came on this day, besides the fact of just catching the trains with him, was because if you've seen in a previous video of mine, the last time we were here, things didn't go according to plan, so I came back here hoping to have better luck this time. Hit the brakes. It didn't take very long for a train to show up shortly after we arrived, which was a lone Norfolk Southern EMD SD40-2, which was moving around on the interchange tracks between his railroad and CSX. Now, the picture that you see here on the screen was the best that I was able to get because of where he stopped, and he went back into the Norfolk Southern yard here in town shortly after I took it, so let's move on then. The next train to come through Fostoria happened to be the highest priority train that moves through town. Heading eastbound on CSX's Willard subdivision was the red-hot IO-10, a non-stop run of containers and UPS between Bedford Park, Illinois and North Bergen, New Jersey. Considering that IO-10 was mostly empty on this day, and it was a relatively short train, CSX's service designers still found it necessary to run it with a DPU. About 20 minutes behind the IO-10 was a CSX eastbound Autorack and intermodal train on the Willard subdivision, which happened to be I-168, a daily Chicago, Illinois to Port Newark, New Jersey train. the bottom of I-168 passed me, I decided to walk back to the parking lot where the pavilion is. That was until I heard the horn of a westbound train on the Willard subdivision, so I ran back to catch it here, which happened to be I-168's sister train, I-169, coming out of Port Newark, New Jersey, and heading for Chicago, Illinois. About 10 minutes later, we then see the passage of CSX train M200 as it takes the Northwest Y from the Willard subdivision to the Pemberville subdivision, from the B&O to the C&O. M200 is a daily Garrett, Indiana to Walbridge, Ohio autorag and mixed freight train. Prior to 2021, CSX M200, or in this case was a Q200, was a solid autorag train. However, from the latter part of 2021 up to now, you can see a Q200 with mixed freight traffic on it as well. This explains why Q200 got an M symbol instead of an R or an A symbol to be more specific on what type of train it actually is. After M200 passed, a pair of maintenance-away vehicles made their way east on Norfolk Southern's Fostoria district. Considering there's really not that much to see here, I only took pictures as the maintenance vehicles made their way past the rail park. After the maintenance vehicles made their way through, traffic in the area had dried up for a certain amount of time. This stayed this way until CSX train L340 took the Southeast Y from the Columbus subdivision to the Willard subdivision to finish his journey from Columbus, Ohio to Willard, Ohio. Unfortunately, I missed the locomotive of the train, which was another YN3C CM44AH, so this was all I was able to get. After missing L340, the Pemberville sub had another train descend through Fostoria. The train was CSX I-151, a daily Detroit, Michigan to North Baltimore, Ohio intermodal train. He's running at restricted speed as he was about to take the Northwest Y from the Pemberville subdivision to the Willard subdivision to finish his journey to North Baltimore. As you just saw, I-151 had a pretty interesting leader on point, which was CSX 4541, an EMD rebuilt SD70 Mace. CSX SD70 Macs that were going into the shops for rebuilding in 2021 were starting to be painted into CSX's YN3C paint scheme, and were among the first to be painted in said paint scheme. 4541 was the first SD70 Mace rebuild that I was able to see in person wearing the new CSX paint scheme, which made it a really good catch. After I-151 cleared the diamonds, the signal on the Norfolk Southern Fostoria district went green, meaning that a Norfolk Southern train was not too far from here. However, it was because of this that it happened to me again. Catching me off guard was a pair of Canadian National GEs as they lead a westbound empty ethanol train down the Willard subdivision, which was CSX B780. An as-needed run of empty ethanol tanks from Seawear, New Jersey, back to Chicago, Illinois, where the power and the train will be handed back to the Canadian National. After nearly missing B780, our final train soon rounds the corner on the Norfolk Southern Fostoria District. The train in question was NS-12Q, a daily Elkhart, Indiana to Bellevue, Ohio mixed freight train, and this was the only other Norfolk Southern train we saw throughout the entire day. After 12Q cleared the diamonds, it was time for us to make the long journey back to Columbus and head home. Overall, it was a little slow to get going, but in the end, it turned out to be not so bad. Anyways, leave a like and or a comment down below to share your thoughts on the video. If you enjoy the content that I produce, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and tap the bell button to be notified when a new video gets posted. Also, I would like you to take the time to subscribe to Tri-Light Productions and check them out as well. Anyways, that's all for now. This is All Ohio Rail Fan, signing off.